Well, when I was a third of the way through year 10, my nana passed away from Alzheimer's after 10 years of fighting it. It was expected but unexpected as well. I lost my concentration completely. I'd never lost someone close to me before, so I didn't really know how to deal with it. And I started self-harming. I think it was a few months afterwards. I didn't know how to deal with school and friendship issues and all the pressure from GCSEs, which was a massive factor in self-harming really. And I didn't know what I was doing at the time. I was only 15. I then started to have friendship issues, and that was awful. They knew I was self-harming, and the girls would make comments to me, and they'd walk past me, and they'd just tiny little comments, and just, even like a look, even a look, you just know that if you went near them, they'd say something, and you just avoid them all the time. But yeah, year 10 was a bad year. Then year 11, luckily I was doing a play in the 6-week holidays. Before I went back to school, I told one of my drama teachers what I was doing, and she told my head of year, and unfortunately that was swept under the carpet. Nobody asked me what was going on, nobody bothered really, which I found really difficult to believe, because I'd put my trust in somebody and nothing had happened. So for 2 months I didn't hear anything from my teachers. I actually told someone twice about what was going on. There was a second teacher, my English teacher. She was extremely supportive. I wouldn't be here today without her. But yeah, a few months later there was parents' evening, and then my mum went in, and then she knew what was going on, and then she was having a word with my teachers, and at the time it was really bad. And then a few months later I was getting bullied quite badly by these girls that I thought they were my friends, but they weren't. Yeah, and then when I was at the end of year 11, I ended up in hospital. I took an overdose of 16 ibuprofen, and I think that changed me as a person, who I am today. That's made me. And I was very, very, very ill. I was in resource. My friends from school weren't supportive at all, who I thought were my friends. I felt like I had nobody. But I pushed through, having poisoning, and no one knew what was going on. Yeah, I was very ill for a long time, and that was a few weeks before my GCSEs. But luckily I got some of the grades that I wanted, so I was sure for that. I got drama at least, and English. And then I came out of hospital, sat my GCSEs, and I was like a completely different person. I felt like it was a switch, whereas I'd scared myself so much that I didn't want to go back to that place. And from then on I've just never wanted to go back to that place. Find somebody to talk to. That's a massive factor in my recovery process. Like, even now I talk to my teachers. I'm at stage coach at the moment, so I have a lot of support from my friends there and my teachers there, and I go back to school and I talk to my old teachers, and they ask me how everything's going. And people just need to find an adult that they can trust, and just tell somebody. It doesn't matter who it is, just tell someone. I did a lot of school plays when I was in school, and I knew that acting was always what I wanted to do, but I never really had any confidence. I then left school. I started a stage school locally, and from then on my confidence built up and up. And I started a lot of modelling as well, so I worked with London Fashion Week, I worked with MAC, I've worked with La Di Da magazine. I'm on the front cover for summer 2015. There's a lot that's been going on. From the moment I left school, it was all go. I've been signed with a top London agent. I went all over the country the past few months to do drama school auditions. I got recalls for Mount View Academy, I got recalls for Guildford and for Lambda, and I got a place at Alra as well. So hopefully I'm looking to study there and move to London so I can be closer to my work. You don't really understand it unless it's happening to you, and that it can seem like the worst thing in the world when you're going through it, but people can get through it. And I never thought in a million years I'd be sitting here today, and here I am.